this tasting will be like two languages. I will speak Lithuanian and English. So I start by English because our guest is Philippe de Lur Saluces, a person who is representing and very important winery in Sauternes, but also family who made a lot of changes in Sauternes and really created as well a reputation maybe of the wine we will taste today. Tai, mieli mūsų žiūrovai Facebook'e, šiandien mes turime labai unikalią galimybę pakalbėti apie vyną. Taurėje aš jau turiu Sauterno vyną, kuris bus saldus ir tikrai toksai įspūdingas. Aš tikiuosi, daugelis iš jūsų mėgstate Sauterno vyną ir turim svečią, kurį jau matote prieš jūs ekrane. Tai yra Philippe de Lur Saluces, žmogų, kurio šeima valdė daugelį metų Château de Malle ir daugybė kitų ūkių. Ir šiuo metu daro vyną Château de Fargues, kurį mes ir šiandien paragausime, ir jisai papasakos ir apie Sauterną, ir apie saldaus vyno gamybą. Tai kartais aš kai ką paversiu į lietuvių kalbą, kai kas tikriausiai gali prasprūsti tik angliškai, tai blogiausiu atveju klauskite komentarų skiltyje ir aš pabandysiu arba bent jau vėliau atsakyti arba patikslinti kai kurios dalykus, kurie yra neaiškus. So, Philippe, you represent Sauternes now, a person who was living, I guess, in Sauternes for many years. Is it the only wine you make? Is it you are just specialized in Sauternes wine making? What is the?
Yes, we well, first of all, hi to everyone, and thank you for inviting me to this chat. Yes, we only make one wine in Château de Fargues. It is the only estate we have, and we only produce a Sauternes wine, so we don't have a dry white. One of the reasons is my wife often tells me that I am not good at multitasking, so I concentrate on one thing.
Yes. Good. So I will share now a map to show people what we speak about, where is the location, and parallelly, I think in a small window, people will see also. Oh, it's not that what they wanted to share, and parallelly, yes, people will see another minute. Taip, tai aš jums parodysiu žemėlapį, dabar bandau atsidaryti, kažkaip nukeliavo jis man į šalį. Sauternes yra vienas iš regionų, kuriame daromas saldusis vynas, todėl jis mums šį kartą taps toksai kaip ir standartas, pagal kurį mes pabandysime suprasti viską, kas vyksta saldaus vyno pasaulyje, nes netaip dažnai vis dėlto mes jį ragaujame, nors Lietuvoje mes pakankamai neblogai pažįstam saldžiuosius vynus. Turime vyno ir deserto derinių čempionatą, kuris, aš manau, yra puiki platforma saldaus vynų, saldžių vynų pristatymui ir mes tikrai dažnai turime labai įdomius vynus ragauti. Taip, viskas atsirado mūsų žemėlapis. So we have already my presentation. So yeah, by the way, this is we will not come to this photo, but is the soil as it looks on the picture? So white soil, what could you say a few words? What kind of soil we see here?
This is a typical soil for the region. The region is, at the end of the day, in the grave area. Grave meaning gravel. So there are a lot of gravel in the soil. We mainly have a gravelly soil with a bit of sand. Underneath we have some clay and then limestone. The clay is quite important because it keeps the humidity in the soil. And you have to keep in mind that we need humidity, and we will need the humidity to help the botrytis to develop.
Okay, good. So, tai vienu žodžiu, ką mes matome žvirgždą, sąnašinį dirvožemį, po apačia yra molis, kaip ponas Filipas aiškina. Ir jeigu turime tokį sąnašinį dirvožemį, tai labai tikėtina, kad esame kažkur tai arčiau pakrantės, kur kažkokia upė galėjo sunešti tokį dirvožemį. Ir Soterno regionas, kuris yra dalis Bordo, yra Prancūzijos pietvakarinėje dalyje. Tai reiškia, arčiau link Ispanijos, arčiau Baskų krašto. Ir pačiame Bordo regione saldaus vyno zona yra, palyginus nedidelė, pačioj pietinėje dalyje, kaip matot, Sauternes, Barsakas ir kitoje upės pusėje Kadijakas, Lupijakas, keletas mažesnių apeliacijų. Tai reiškia, kad iš viso didelio regiono, apie 120 000 hektarų, mes turime tik tai labai mažą dalelę, kurioje daromas Saldusis vynas. Ir ta dalelė, atrodo labai, taip sakant, taip, jeigu paimsime fizinį žemėlapį, viskas, kas yra violetinės spalvos, tai yra vynuogynai. So we are like coming closer to your place. We have a map of Sauternes and Barsac on a screen, and Fargues is the most southern and eastern part of Sauternes. Is it true?
Yes, so it is.
It's like village, yeah. It's like separate village, yes.
Fargues is one of the 5 villages of the appellation. You have on the north, you have Barsac. Then you have Prégnac, then you have Beaume, Sauternes, and Fargues.
Okay. Not very often we see these names, Beaume, Prégnac, and Fargues, but Sauternes and Barsac is known. Why this happened that those 2 names are like, on the labels?
Because the appellation the appellation is Sauternes. Barsac is an exception where they can either be called Sauternes or Barsac. They can claim both appellations.
And is there anything like better reputation of different villages or no? Or difference in styles? Is it important to know from which village wine is coming?
Yes, it's very important that it comes from Fargues.
Okay, good. Okay, so Fargues, and in Fargues, what we see that there is quite big area by not viticultural area, because we see a bit of green land, which, as I understand, is not vineyards. Is it so? Is it true?
Yes, you are right. You are right. First, it is very funny because we are at the limit between the Landes region and the Sauternes region. The Landes region is covered with a pine forest. And Fargues is at the limit of this pine forest. But also on a winemaking point of view, there is less and less land devoted to winemaking in the Sauternes area. The reason is the huge crisis attacking the vineyard. So there are some vines which disappear, which is a shame, because once you have uprooted the vines, it is lost.
Okay, but you can't grow vines here. Just it stops growing like that. People don't grow any more vines. You mean this?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah, it's a pity. So pine wood is like typical tree around you, yes? Because it's very
Yes.
Lithuanian as well, and yeah, we understand very well pine wood.
Exactly. Yes, you do, of course. In Fargues, we have 170 hectares, a little bit more now, but 170 hectares. 110 hectares are pine forest mainly, and then we used to have 15 hectares vineyard, but we are increasing that, and we will go from 15 to 28 hectares. So this is a bet on the future, because we believe that this wine needs to be more and more well known.
Yeah, we think so as well. Tell me, I see there is a small stream which is called Fargues. Does it works the same like Saron?
No, no. The stream, the river is the Siron river. But I see what you refer to. The Siron River is known as bringing a lot of humidity in the region and helping the botrytis to spread in the vineyard. To be honest, and it is very clear when you look at the map on the screen, the river flows far away from Fargues. We do not, to be honest, we do not really know where the humidity comes from. We do have at Fargues 3 little ponds near the vineyard, so they help the humidity. But also the importance of the clay in the soil, in the nature of the soil, helps to keep the humidity.
Okay. I will say a few words in Lithuanian just to in concentrated way. Tai ką mes dabar kalbam su ponu Filipu apie svarbią dalį, mes tai pereisim prie kilniojo puvinio, prie, taip sakant, esmės mūsų vyno degustacijos. Tačiau kilniajam puviniui, kaip jūs vėliau pamatysite, yra labai svarbi drėgmė, nes drėgmė leidžia grybeliui daugintis ir augti. Ir yra žinoma pagal, reiškia, jau tokia legenda Soterno, kad į Garonės upę įtekantis siauras upelis Sironas, ponas Filipas jį vadina upe, bet realiai tai kokių 6-8 metrų pločio, tikrai tokia medžiais apaugas nedidelė upelė. Jinai yra gana toli nuo Fargo. Fargas, kaip matote, yra pietiniai dalyje, Sironas praeina tenais. Ir kyla klausimas, iš kur tada atsiranda drėgmė, nes visi mano, kad drėgmė atkeliauja būtent iš Sirono upelio. Tai ką jisai sako, kad jiem, kadangi pas juos tikrai drėgmės užtenka ir rūkas pakyla ir labai gerai dauginasi botrytis, grybelis, tai jie mano, kad drėgmės šaltinis yra molis, tai yra molinga dirva, ant kurios yra pasodintas vynuogynas. Tai tokia mažas, taip sakant, nukrypimas nuo įprastinių dalykų, kai visi mano, kad rūkas kyla nuo upės. Ir reiškias, ir tame rūke tada naktį sėkmingai dauginasi grybelis ir paskui jis atlieka savo jau darbą dienos metu. Okay, so just what I would like to introduce for our public, so a bit of technical information. Well, we know that there are 3 grape varieties, or might be in a blend of Sauternes wine. What is the dominant grape variety, and what is your position regarding 3 grape varieties at Château de Fargues?
The dominant grape variety is always Semillon. Then comes Sauvignon Blanc, and then Muscadelle. Semillon might perhaps come from the region. We are not sure scientifically, but as we are proud people, we say it comes from the region. The Semillon gives the elegance, the finesse, and the structure. Sauvignon gives all the exotic fruit aspects and the floral aspects to the wine. Muscadelle is a grape variety we do not use at Fargues because for our terroir, it tends to be a grape that does not age very well. And as we make a wine that is supposed to age for a very long period of time, we prefer avoiding Muscadelle.
But in general, Muscadelle, is it more floral grape variety? What kind of flavors does it give to the wine?
Yes, it gives more. It helps the sweetness and the flower, the rich flower aspect of the wine.
But that's not from the family of Muscat grapes. It's totally different. Yes.
I believe it is. Yes.
It is. So it
I think.
Okay.
I think I'm not a pro in French. We call it empelographie, the knowledge of where the vines come from.
Okay. So with the grapes, everything is clear. Kaip girdėjote, 3 pagrindinės vynuogių veislės: Semillonas, Sauvignon Blanc ir Muscadelle. Ir Semillonas yra pagrindinė dominuojanti vynuogių veislė, kurią soterniečiai linkę priskirti savo, mano, kad tai yra iš šitų vietų kilusi vynuogių veislė. Ir jinai duoda tą pagrindinį saldumą, taurumą ir ilgamžiškumą vynui. Sauvignon Blancas labiau duoda tokios egzotikos, nes tropiniai vaisiai, kurie pasirodo tokiam prinokusiam butryčių apsikrėtusiam Sauvignon Blanc'e, yra labai patrauklus priedas prie medumi, persikais, kriaušėmis kvepiančio Semillono. Ir Muscadelle jie nenaudoja, nes šita vynuogių veislė nelabai gerai bręsta. Ta prasme, jinai nėra ilgamžė vynuogių veislė, tai vyne stengiasi savajam vyne nenaudoti. Ir iš ties šitą vynuogę labai dažnai mes sutinkame baltajame sausajame Bordo vyne, nes jinai šiek tiek užapalina kampus, padaro vyną netokį rūgštų, šiek tiek svaresnį, nes vynuogė lengvai kaupia alkoholį. Truputėlį apie tai, kas jau tą terminą jūs karts nuo karto išgirstate, tai yra kilnusis pavinys, botrytis senerė, pilkasis kekeras. Tokią schemą jums padariau. Ekrane jūs ją matote. Tai lotyniškas pavadinimas botrytis senerė yra grybelis, kuris auga ant uogų ir padeda joms sudžiūti. Ir, tiesiog sekantis dalykas, sudžiovina uogas. Taip atrodo botryčius senerė apsikrėtusios uogos, iš jų gaminamas saldusis vynas. Tačiau lietuviai turi savo pavadinimą šitam grybeliui. Tai yra pilkasis kekeras, kuris auga ne tik tai ant vynuogių, taipogi ir ant braškių mes galim labai dažnai sutikti, braškės tikrai dažnai užsikrečia. Ir čia tas botrytis senerėja labai gerai nusako, apie ką eina kalba, nes graikiškai botris yra vynuogė, itis reiškia liga ir senerėja lotyniškai pelenų pobūdžio. Reiškia pelenais pasidengusi, susirgusi vynuogė, botrytis senerėja. Va tai sakė žmonės nuo senų laikų, o mes lietuvių kalboje sakome, kad grybelis, kai vadinasi pilkuoju kekeru, o kai vynuogė apsikrečia, tai mes sakom, kad jinai kaip ir turi kekerinį puvinį. Tai mes vyno klube stengiamės dažniau naudoti žodį kekerinis vynas. Tai yra vynas, kuris yra apsikrėtęs botrytis senerėja ir visi saldus vynai pas mus yra kekeriniai vynai. Šitą terminą tikiuosi mes po truputėlį įvesim lietuvių kalbą, nes tai gražus lietuviškas žodis, iš ties labai aiškiai suprantamas. Daugelį kalbų tas pilkasis kekeras, kadangi jisai duoda labai gerą produktą, labai gražų, skanų saldų vyną, jisai jam suteikiamas tokio kilnumo pobūdis. Tai kilnusis puvinys, angliškai noble rot ir prancūziškai pourriture noble. Tai vienu žodžiu pilkasis kekerės, botrytis cinerėja, kilnusis puvinys, visa tai reiškia vieną ir tą patį, kad vynuogės kažkaip tai keistai atrodo, lyginant su įprastiniais vaizdais, kuriuos mes pripratę matyti. So we started to talk about botrytis cinerėja. And I guess that just a few people in Lithuania have seen how grapes looks when you take harvest. So could you just a bit explain that they are not rotten in bad sense, and that what happens with the grapes when they are affected by botrytis cinerėja?
The botrytis is a very small fungus that lives mainly on the skin of the berry. When the botrytis waits for the berry to be ripe before it can, before the roots can penetrate the skin and can go in the berry. Once the roots do that, they do that when the skin is very thin, when the berry is completely ripe. When the roots go in the skin, then the water follows the root, okay, by capillarity, and it evaporates through the botrytis. So you have the same juice without water, so a more concentrated juice. That's the first step. The second step is that the botrytis is digesting the berry, so it is transforming the juice. And that you will smell in the glass when you realize that you do not have fresh apple anymore, but you have baked apple. You do not have fresh fruits, but candied fruits. Okay? There is a transformation. We go towards caramel. So the aim of the botrytis is not to have more sugar. We don't care about the sugar. It is to transform and add a little spiciness to the wine. Sometimes we have saffron, sometimes we have cloves. That is something that is brought by the botrytis.
Okay, very interesting. So I will tell that now in Lithuanian because that's an important thing. Tai ką ir ponas Filipas pasakoja, kad botrytis tai yra grybelis, kuris užauga ant reiškias uogos, kai jinai yra visiškai prinokusi ir kai jinai gali jau būti lengvai pažeidžiama, tai yra jos sienelė pasidaro visiškai plona. Aš čia turiu nuotrauką truputį geresnį iš pačio ūkio. So that the photo coming from you. Jūs galite matyti visiškai mažus taškelius, tai yra augantį pilką į kekerą, kuris praduria uogą ir su mažyčių skilučių pridaro žievelį ir per tą žievelių skilutės tokį rėtį labai greitai išgaruoja vanduo. Tai reiškia, kad uoga tiesiog išdžiūsta, tampa panašiai razina. Tai reiškia, kad cukraus neduoda pats grybelis, tiesiog išgarina vandenį ir sulčių koncentracijoje cukrus labai stipriai išauga. Ir be viso to dar vyksta tam tikri kiti pokyčiai, tai vyksta tokia mikrobiologinė kaita ir grybelis šiek tiek valgo to, kas yra uogoje. Ir keičia aromatus, tai reiškia, aromatus iš šviežių uogų keičia į džiovintas, virtas ir panašias, plus duoda prieskoninių aromatų. Tai reiškia, kvapai, kurie atsiranda vyne, jie yra visai kitokie, negu kad būtų, jeigu mes gamintumėm iš visiškai šviežių uogų. Ir tikrai, kai labai daug botryčio yra vynuogyne, tai vynas kvepia truputėlį kaip vaistai, kaip čiobreliai, kaip tokia tinktūra nuo kosulio. Ir tai atkeliauja būtent iš botryčio uogų. Okay, so then you take harvest by bunch, or you pick up just the best of the best. What is your strategy?
The strategy, it is great that we talk about the harvest, because this is extremely important in Sauternes and especially in Fargues. We select the berries that we want. So we don't take a whole grape, we don't take a whole bunch. In the bunch, we will spot the part that is attacked by the botrytis. We will take it, and we will leave the part that is not attacked yet, and we will come back for it later in a few days or a few weeks. So it is a harvest by waves, and we do on average between 4 to 5 waves of harvest every season.
So you just take only dried grapes, and so how long usually harvest takes? How many days?
It varies a lot. A long harvest can be 2 months. There have been exceptions lasting more than 2 months, but let's say 2 months is a very long harvest. A very short harvest is 4 days. So there are huge variations. On average, I would say a month, yes, a month, a bit more than a month. Yes, I wanted to say that we go through the vineyard, we take what we want, and then we have to wait. Sometimes we have to wait for the rain to bring humidity and to help the botrytis to spread again. So it's harvest, wait, etc., etc. And sometimes we have our harvesters here, but we have nothing to give them because we need to wait for the right weather. So sometimes we pay the harvesters to play cards.
By the way, just do you give to drink them wine, sweet wine during the lunches for the harvesters?
No, there is a tradition of mixing a bit of red wine with water. And when the first time I had the lunch with the harvesters, I found that it was really surprising to put water in wine. So I tasted the wine on its own, and I added water very quickly.
Okay, so what are the proportions to make that harvester drink?
Oh, anything that makes it drinkable. The wine was not really good.
Okay, I see.
I think it comes from the, sorry to interrupt, I think it is due to the old habit of having a little bit of wine to make sure that the water was healthy to drink.
Yeah, sanitarize, yeah, I see. Tai labai trumpai grįžtant prie to, ką pasakojo ponas Filipas, derlius yra skinamas po truputėlį. Tai yra visų pirma nuskinamos tik tai sudžiūvusios uogos ir tada laukiama, kol sudžius sekantis užėjimas. Na, dažniausiai 4-5 kartus tenka sugrįžti į vynuogyną, nes per tiek laiko visos uogos, na, galimai jau apsikrečia pilkuoju puviniu ir sudžiūsta. Jeigu labai sausi metai ir na, yra mažai rūko, tai tenka laukti ir ilgėliau, tenka laukti lietaus, kad na, tos uogos greičiau sudžiūtų. Tai labai priklausomybė yra didelė nuo oro. Ir aš dabar čia uždėjau įdomią skaidrę, kurioje, čia kažkaip man nepasididina, bet aš tikiuosi, jūs pakankamai gerai matote skirtumą tarp šitų dviejų kekių. Norėdamas parodyti, kad ne visada pavyksta padaryti gerą vyną, arba iš viso ne visada pavyksta padaryti vyną. Tai dabar aš kaip tik paklausiu ir paties Filipo skirtumo. So, these photos I made, especially photo on left side you see, in 2014. And 2014, it was a year when Drosophila Suzuki was coming to all Europe and making a lot of troubles for winemakers. And that's kind of illustration also about the how Sauternes and all sweet wine producers are dependable on nature conditions which they can't control, because as we were explained, we were in Château Guiraud, these photos were made, that all these grapes which has that brownish color, they have a lot of acetic acidity because they are affected by Drosophila Suzuki, so they turned not into the noble rot, but they turned into the vinegar, and really selection that year was very, very, very important. So when you select, what part of the harvest do you usually take as a good, and what is left in general, not necessarily for 14 was like very different year, but in average, or are you able to take most of the grapes?
Rarely, very rarely. In 14 we lost a lot. In 19 we lost a lot to the Drosophile. Once again, we lost 60% of the harvest. Let's say I will give you a proportion of bottles for Fargues. That gives you an idea of the sacrifice we make at the harvest season. An amazing harvest is 38,000 bottles. A very difficult harvest is 2,000 bottles. A horrible harvest is 0 bottles. And it happens at Fargues. There are some vintages we did not produce, such as 2012, 92, etc. But there is a huge gap between amazing and sad.
Okay, so we have in the glasses, and I guess you also have a bottle of 2009.
Yes, you gave me an excuse to drink. Thank you.
So what was 2009? Was it a big botrytis year, a short harvest, or difficult?
It was a dream. It was a dream, to be honest. The harvest was, I mean, the weather, it started with a perfect spring. We had a hot summer, but it rained decently before, so there was enough water in the soil for the vine to live. September was very dry, and we like that because when September is dry, we can wait. It allows the berries to fully mature, and then there were some storms, 19th and 20th of September, which brought a lot of humidity, and a lot of fog happened in the morning. And this is great because that helps the botrytis to spread. But when we have humidity, we need dry conditions as well, because if we have too much humidity, there will be problems, sanitary problems in the vineyard. And we had that in 2009. We had fog in the morning and sun or dry wind in the afternoon. So we started a bit later than usual. We started on the 28th of September to harvest. We harvested in 4 different waves. We started the 28th of September and we finished the 19th of October. Okay. And we made 25,000 bottles. So it is not a huge harvest, but it's a decent one. And the quality is, I mean, this is, I know I say that the vintage is bad, but this is 2009 was an amazing vintage. It's a big cheeky baby, you know, very young, with a huge array of aromas, and which will live for a very long time. But what is nice is that it will last long, but it has always been great to drink from day one.
Yeah, but it develops slowly. That's the point. It looks still quite youthful from the aromatic perspective. Really, you don't feel that the development is coming here, and then that's really looks like very, very big potential. So you take harvest, you press juice like very fast in order to avoid contact with botrytis, or very slow?
No, we don't really care about the botrytis. The botrytis does not have a taste. Okay. We press slowly. Because basically the juice is so thick that if you press quickly, you have a puree of fruits, and then the juice does not go out. So you need to take your time to press. We press twice the juice, and then when the harvest is very good, we use a different press machine, and we press a third time in the press machine, in the vertical hydraulic press. And it gives you the core of the berries. It gives a small quantity of a very concentrated juice. But it's only pressing the berries. After that, it goes directly in barrel, fermentation in barrel. We wait, we have 30 months of aging, which is very long. And then we bottle with a blending process, of course.
And the barrels, big proportion is new?
No, we have 30-ish% of new oak.
Tai kaip girdėjote, vynuogės tos sudžiūvusios spaudžiamos lėtai, nes jeigu greit spausim, tiesiog sutraiškysim ir taps košė. Tai jie spaudžiat net 3 kartus, kad gautų jau pilną koncentraciją, reiškia maksimaliai sulčių iš vynuogių. Ir tada fermentuoja ąžuolo statinėse apie 30% naujų ir laiko 30 mėnesių, tai yra 2,5 metų išbūna ąžuolo statinėse ir gaunam ypatingai saldų, ypatingai koncentruotą, ypatingai prieskoniais iš ąžuolo statinių prisodintą vyną. Tai faktiškai žinome, kaip vynas yra pagaminamas. 9 metai, kaip girdėjote, yra labai geri, labai spūdingi, nes buvo daug botryčio, viskas, taip sakant, sėkmingai. Praėjo 3 savaitės derliaus nuėmimo ir čia aš jums sudėliojau tokias aromatus, kurie yra būdingi Soterno vynui ir ypatingai bręstančiam vynui, nes aromatai jie po truputėlį pildosi. Tai nuo šviežių vaisių, augalų, medaus, vanilės, dūmo iš ąžuolo statinių, po 14 metų atsiranda vaisiai, kurie jau atrodo prinokę, sodrus vaisiai, tropiniai vaisiai atsiranda. Mano vyne, tai čia toksai mango, banano atsiranda. Gėlės dažniausiai tai kaip akacijos arba tokios ryškios, labai kvapnios gėlės, balzaminiai kvapai pasirodo, minerališki, dūmo ir panašiai. Dar už kelių metų, apie 20 metų, vyne atsiranda šafranas, atsiranda jau konservuoti vaisiai, džiovinti vaisiai, tai čia visa alėja nuo džiovintų persikų, abrikosų iki džiovintų mangų ir pasijų vaisių iki ananasų. Ir jau kai vynas pradeda senti, dar labiau atsiranda džiovintos gėlės, vystančios gėlės, gyvuliniai kvapai, odos kvapai, džiovintos žolelės ir pačiame gale yra tokios dūlančių rudens lapų, kavos kvapas ir panašiai. 30+ metų tai tikrai dar vynas nesenas ir dar gali ilgokai išbūti. Ir kvapas, aišku, įspūdingas kvapnus, šalia to aš dar čia pridėčiau vis tiek čiobrelius ir tokius ramunėlės, kai kuriais atvejais irgi duoda tokios prieskoniškų vaistažolinių šiek tiek natų. Tai tikrai vynas labai maloniai vystosi, įdomiai vystosi ir tie visi kvapai dažniausiai būna kartu, nebūna, kad pereina iki kavos. Šalia kavos labai dažnai dar truputėlį likę tropinių vaisių, truputėlį persikų, truputėlį medaus. Vanilė, dūmas faktiškai laikosi iki pat pabaigos. Tai vynas laikui bėgant kompleksiškėja ir faktiškai visas šitas grupės aromatų mes turėtumėm sudėti krūvą ir gausime to tokio 30, pavyzdžiui, metų vyno senumo aromatų puokštę, kur kvapų yra beprotiškai daug. Tai tiesiog, jeigu jūs turite taurę prieš save, uostykite, ieškokite tų kvapų ir aišku, jais galima mėgautis. Na ir pakalbėkime apie saldumo lygius, nes saldumas čia irgi turėtų būti labai išraiškingas. So we understood about aromatic composition. I told for people the groups of aromas we have to look for. What about sweetness level? Is there any like sweet spot you want to get each year of the sweetness, or it varies according to vintage?
Yes, the only moment where we talk about sweetness is during the harvest. During the harvest, we want to have a level of 1,150 sweetness on the mustimetre. I always forget the English name of this device that measures the density of the wine.
Refractometer.
No, not the refractometer. It is, you know, what you put in the wine and it floats. Oh, yeah. The more sugar, the more it floats.
Yeah, I don't know this as well. Sorry.
But anyway, so that's where we talk about the sweetness of the juice, really. After that, we don't really care. We honestly never mention the sugar level. We talk about the balance. We talk about the length of the wine, but in the same way that we never talk about the acidity or the bitterness of the wine. It is only a component. And there is a balance that has to be made between alcohol, acidity, sweetness, bitterness. Bitterness is an important component in the wine. You need a little bit of bitterness in the wine. If you don't have it, the wine is going to be flat.
Yeah, and then bitterness also makes your appetite to start growing. And 2 months ago, we had a set of dinners which were dedicated to Bordo wine, and then the like innovation in our market was we were giving 3 different sweet wines for aperitif with snacks. So it really went very well with very, very different things which were not sweet at all. So could you say a few words about how you drink, what you eat when you drink sweet Château de Fargues wine? What is typical dishes?
Yes, and this is a very important matter. Basically, what I do, I approach Fargues depending on the age of the wine. I divide the age in 3 groups. Young is between 0 and 10 years old. Then let's say mature is between 10 to 25. And old is after 25. Young is perfect as an aperitif or as a starter. As a starter, I love pairing it with oysters because it is surprising. You never think of a sweet wine when you have oysters, but it works. The balance between the iodine?
Yeah,
saltiness. The balance between the saltiness of the oyster and the sweetness of the wine makes it something very surprising. You have to take a fresh vintage to do that. 2009 perhaps won't work very well. I would go for 2014, for example. Otherwise, with scallops, either raw scallops or pan-fried, with white asparagus, oddly enough, with, imagine a crab salad. A crab salad works well with these wines. Then from 10 to 25, I would go for something more meaty. Scallops still work, but then you could go for, with this 2009, imagine a lobster. It would be great. A roasted chicken works very well. Veal works well. And then if you have 25 years old and more, you can be more playful. You can have more garlic in your dish because this wine will survive garlic. It doesn't matter. I had once with lamb skewers and it worked very well. Imagine an old Sauternes when it has those flavors of orange marmalade, you know, the English very bitter orange marmalade. Imagine this with a duck à l'orange, a canard à l'orange. You know, that would work very well, except that the orange is already in the glass, so you don't need the orange in the dish. What I want to say is that try and avoid any form of sugar in your dish because the sugar will come from the glass. So if you want to have a sweet and sour pairing, take care of the sour in the kitchen and take care of the sweet in the cellar.
Okay.
Oh, and I forgot, sorry, of course, blue cheese. Blue cheese is perfect with these wines.
When you say blue cheese, is it like more kind of Roquefort or more cheddar?
Have you seen me? I love all the cheese. No, Roquefort is the best pairing, but a very old, mature cheddar is great. And even when it's old, then it has those tiny salt crystals.
Yeah.
It works very well. And when it comes to dessert, it is to me always a problem because I personally don't enjoy these wines with anything sweet. So go for a very simple dessert or no dessert at all. Why not finish, have this as the dessert?
Yeah, so that's easy choice, yes. Okay, so very, very interesting and very inspiring. I'm sure that people will try to experiment with well, usual dishes and sweet wine, which is not very often happens. And just for finish, so just to understand, so you are managing the company, and your father, is he involved? What is the responsibilities? How do you?
I am co-managing the company, which means that I am supposed to have the same level as my father, but of course everyone knows I don't.
Okay, good. So thank you very much. It was really a bit longer than we planned, but yeah, well, we could talk about Sauternes much longer because we touched the just essential aspects, but I think it was very illustrative for professionals as well and for amateurs who were listening, and inspiring. And yeah, good luck for this year. We hope that market will somehow recover, and all industry of winemakers, restaurateurs, and merchants, and everybody who is involved in wine will have wine. And
yes, on the long term, what is good will always work. I cannot imagine a world without great Sauternes.
Yeah, well, wine for sure will survive. That's question about companies and people. So cheers, Philippe. Thank you very much.
Cheers. I finished my glass already, but thank you for having me. And you and the people who very kindly watched the come to France and to Sauternes, don't hesitate. Give us a ring or send us an email, and we'll be more than happy to have you.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Goodbye. Viso geriausio, mes baigiam mūsų transliaciją ir susitikime už savaitės su nauja tema.